So the third one was Huntsville, Utah, and it was so awesome. I spent the most amount of time there. I spent 6 months there, so 4 transfers, and oh, it was so great. So Huntsville is like east of Ogden, like 10, 15 minutes like through the mountains. And so there's like, Huntsville's like the main city, and then there's another town called Eden, and then there's Liberty. So those three cities were in the one stake. So it was so nice because it was the first time where like it was kind of that thing like in the Lion King where like everywhere the light touches is our domain, you know? Because like in especially in Utah, like the areas that you serve in are so small that you're kind of like stepping on people on other missionaries' toes, you know? But in Huntsville, it was like everybody in this entire valley, like we have not jurisdiction, but we have like stewardship over, and that was really, really nice. Like anybody we talked to at the grocery store, at the gas station, or anything like that, like we could teach them, and it was so great. We were like, you know, 15, 20 minutes away from like civilization, I guess. And so like we had to drive pretty far, like 20 minutes to go to district meetings. And so that was kind of a hassle, but it was totally worth it because Huntsville, there's like Snow Basin, Powder Mountain, and Wolf Mountains. They're three pretty big ski resorts. And so I was there to see both the ski season and like the summer season. And so it's interesting because it's like tourism year round. Like obviously in the winter, there's like skiing and like winter sports. And in the summer, there was like this huge bicycle race. There was a Ragnar that went up into Huntsville. And so there was like tons of transient people year round. And so it was kind of hard, especially like some wards, like a vast majority of it was like vacation homes. So we didn't really like go to those places. And so that made it interesting because in those like groups of vacation homes, there were people that lived there year round. We just didn't really know about it. So it was kind of hard to balance it would have been effective to track there if like everybody lived there year round, but like half the time they were vacant or empty. I realized, especially in Huntsville, as far as like the church goes, that whole valley, like I said, is probably only about like 50% LDS. And so a lot of the people that go there, like they move there to get away from the church. Like that is probably one motivating factor. And that made for some really interesting people and like pretty mean people sometimes, like not all the time, but there were some pretty scary encounters. But for the most part, like the members were really, really helpful, and it was really awesome to like just really get to know them. Since I was there for 6 months, it was really good to, you know, there were like these certain families that like we worked a lot with and that like had people for us to teach, which was really, really cool. And so we had a lot of great opportunities there. So many people are like active and like outdoorsy, and so that was kind of a really fun kind of culture to be in. There's only like one little grocery store, which is really great, and like the members were like really helpful to us. Like they helped us out. Like one great thing that was really, really incredible is like one of the members like owned the grocery store, so like they gave us some money every month to like pay for groceries, which was helpful because like the grocery store was like a little bit more expensive than your average grocery store, so that was cool. But yeah, I love that area. It's so good. There actually are still quite a few like rancher families. That's where David O. McKay grew up. So like there's like his house, like his whole family like still lives in Huntsville, like extended family. So that was really, really cool. Like David O. McKay's like old house is like we took a tour of it, so that was really neat. And then so yeah, like in Huntsville, the town, like there are in Huntsville there are tons of more like ranch houses and stuff like that. And then like in Eden and Liberty, there were more. That's kind of where the commuters lived. So it was interesting to see that. And so, yeah, tons of people commuted to and from Ogden for work. Some people like commuted down to like Salt Lake, down like on the south end. So yeah, there was quite a few commuters. So it was interesting because like pretty much like from 9 to 5 every day, the valley emptied, and then at 5, everybody came back. So it was interesting to kind of work with that and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of like a mix, like half and half. So that was pretty cool too. There's a lot of like A-frame houses and just like little tiny, almost like wood cabins, you know, there's like a lot of like those kind of houses. There are actually some like, probably like the hugest houses that the biggest houses I saw on my mission were in Huntsville, like kind of up like closer to the ski resorts. They were just disgustingly huge houses. Like it was insane. And so there was like huge houses like up on the hill, and it was like I remember one time like we were driving, and like me and my companion were like, you know, we prayed like, where should we go? And then like I look up and like I see kind of these lights up on a hill, and it looked to me like there was maybe like 3 or 4 houses up there. And so we're like, okay, like we both felt like we needed to go up there. So like there's a really steep driveway, so we go all the way up, and we come to realize it's just one house, and it's just like huge. And so there was a bunch of big houses, but there was also, yeah, also like kind of smaller ones, vacation-y types. One of the bishops like had buffalo that he raised, which is so cool. There were deer all the time in our backyard, and because we lived in the basement of like a member's home, which was really fun. So yeah, there was deer, there were elk, yeah, like tons of birds. So it was, yeah, it was really, really pretty. And there's like Pine View Reservoir is back there too. So it's like in the summer, everybody goes and like swims there and stuff, up from Ogden even. And so that was really cool. And also, Huntsville has this huge 4th of July celebration. And so we were able to make a ton of like really cool contacts, because like we had like a little booth there, and like we like gave little train, like we drove this little train for like the parade, like the 4th of July parade, and we threw out like Mormon.org cards, like like stuck to lollipops. So that was really, really fun. So 4th of July is huge, and yeah, it was just a really diverse place.